steel wool to use to rub out any imperfections in the surfaces for rot. So the finish on your table, in case it gets scratched, is in wax red oak. On top of that is a polyurethane. Actually, it is a satin. What yours is. We can, if it gets gouged to where the original wood color shows up and all the stain is gone, then you can just take some of this stuff and wipe it in there, and then after it dries, come back. Actually, you have to remove all the wax with some mineral spirits first, and then come back and wipe on some polyurethane. And then once that polyurethane is on, then it won't be perfectly smooth like everything else. So you'll use the same process I'm going to show with the rag, but you'll do it actually with steel wool, and with kind of like a firm stroke, just to rub it out, to rub the wax in along the same way as the grain. Okay, so on top of the polyurethane is wax, which is not a protected coating, but it's just a coating to make it feel better and provide maybe a little bit extra water resistance. The water will bead up instead of spreading out on the table. Okay, this stuff is available like Walmart or the grocery store or any place like that. Typically this brand. There are other brands. You can buy like woodworking fancy ones also, but this seems to work just fine. Okay, to apply, you just take a little wax and put it on a little circular motion, a real light coat. You'll be able to see the difference between where you've put it on and the surrounding area. You'll have almost a little sheen to it. And you want to put on a real light coat so it dries quick. If you put on too much more, it takes a while for the mineral spirits to evaporate. It doesn't really matter which way you go. If you go in kind of a circle for most of it, then it rubs the wax in pretty good. Okay, once it's dried, I put on such a light coat. It's actually pretty dry now. Then just with a soft cloth. This was at one time it was flannel. Just rub it in circles until all the wax is dried out and it's firm, and actually the color will change too. You can't see the circles anymore. It'll be one solid sheen, and then that'll make it feel better. Okay, so for the wooden drawer slides, there's a couple places where it touches. Basically where the most important place to get the wax on. This is just a normal cheap wax candle. You can use scented if you want, it doesn't matter. So right back here when the drawer's out, basically it's going to touch up under here. On yours you'll feel there's like a board that goes underneath the tabletop, and that's what holds the drawer in place from on the top. And on the bottom there's a little slide in here similar to this on your cabinet. And so this, I use this drawer every single day for the last more than 10 years, and it hasn't really worn much. But basically you just take the candle, there's a little square spot here by now, and just kind of rub it to get it up on the sides and also on the bottom of that thing. And you can go all the way back if you want, but the most important part is out here at the end, because that's where it sees the most stress, the most contact. And then on the underside, basically the same thing, just to rub it, and again, only the last couple inches is really the part that takes any load. Then on the drawer itself, on the back, the top here, your drawers are actually better than this one. This one's not sanded very well. And then pretty much all along the bottom, with the most important being the back. put it in, just line it up. It should go right in. And your drawers are not exactly the same size. They're custom fit for each opening. So you're going to want to keep them in the same locations. All right, well that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.
Max says bye.